everyone, I'm back today to share my January design team project for Tsunami Rose Designs. And this month I did something a little bit different. I have not used a particular digital kit. I have used many of Daisy's digital ephemera packs, as well as some of her photo packs. And just added, things from my stash papers and so on. I have used a book here from Red Cottage on Etsy. So let me show you that, redcottage.etsy.com. And that is Michelle's shop, and she has fabulous vintage books and vintage ephemera and so on. So I'm going to link her shop below, and you should definitely go and check her out. So I have used this vintage McGuffey's reader, and I have sealed it on the front, and then I've just closed it with some coffee dyed seam binding. Now, this was listed in my Etsy shop, and it has sold, so I'm just videoing it, and it will be going off to its new home tomorrow in the mail. So I thought this was really cute with a little squirrel on the front, and now I've just kind of filled it with a bunch of different things, tags and lots of vintage papers and lots of tabs, as I like to do. And so I filled it with vintage ledger paper, and I'll show you that, coffee dyed graph paper and music paper, and just coffee dyed ledger paper that you can get at Staples. So let me take you inside. In the front here, I've just added a coffee dyed paper bag, rather glassine bag, and I've just got a little tag in it, note to self there. And then just some coffee dyed music paper, and just added little bits of trim throughout. Now these are all from Daisy's shop. And I have actually, I have just printed these things on regular copy paper, just because printing everything on cardstock would have made this, I think, probably completely unusable, just because it would have made it too thick. So these, however, are printed on cardstock, and these are actually the size of, like, you could use them as pages, but I've just made them smaller. And just added them as journaling spots. And this ledger paper next to this pocket is from the Paper Basket on Etsy, and that is, oh goodness, I've forgotten the girl's name. Isn't that all? Katie's shop. So I will link the Paper Basket below as well. And then I've just used some Tim Holtz metal tabs. And then this is just an envelope that I've coffee dyed, and added one of Daisy's tags to that, and just added a little tab here, and a bit of ephemera from Daisy's shop. And then I've just done a little bit of stamping here, and again more ephemera from Daisy's ephemera packs. And I've really just added kind of touches of kind of pink and a little bit of blue throughout this, and I love this piece, this pink, I guess it's an invoice, boots and shoes, and then just a couple of other things. I've tried to put in a few things that kind of look like they might be from a school book as well. And then this tag is a tuck spot here, and then I've added in some of the book page from this McGuffey's reader as well. A bit of stamping here. And then the other thing that I've used are these old library index cards, and they have the numbers and so on. And then I've just added little bits of charms and bits of lace to these garment pins. Now these garment pins are from Denise Sayez's store, A Tattered Dream on Etsy, and I'm going to link her shop below as well. And then here's just a Michael's bag, and I've added one of Daisy's tags. And this is just Tim Holtz there. And then behind, this is from Denise's store as well, that library card. And this little girl is one of Daisy's photos. And another one of those journaling cards. And this is the flap of an envelope that I have here. So you can see that envelope. And, oh, I've forgotten to put something in there. On the front here, I've just added a little pocket and a couple of things from Daisy's store here. And then in this bag, there's just a little report card there. And more graph paper. And here I've added one of those metal tags from Denise's shop. And a little tag here that just says note to self. A little bit of trim, and then I've added one of Daisy's beautiful library cards, floral library cards. And another Tim Holtz tag there, or tab there. And again, just more things from Daisy's shop. Another picture. I've got a little bit of lace there, another vintage ad. And then this is just a little bit of stamping that I've done there. And the other part of that envelope, and I've added one of Denise's tags here, one of her alterations tags, and I have glued the kind of the detachable portion up to make a pocket, and then I've just added a couple of things from Daisy's ephemera packs. And on this side of that ledger paper, I've added a Tim Holtz binder clip to this little pocket. And again, that's from Daisy's store. And the images, those photographic images, I've reduced in size as well. And then that's just a flap. And in this pocket, I have added this little price tag from Denise's shop, and then I've just added tags to this garment pin, just some of the things I usually do. And that's, again, isn't that beautiful, from Daisy's shop, and I've just reduced that in size to make it into a journaling card versus a page. And then this time record is from Denise's shop, and I saw her do this in one of her recent journals, so I knew I had to try it. I've just added a little bit of trim and a button to the top here. And then what she did was this, so this is in, will fold out into 3. And then I've just glued this together to make a little pocket here. And in there, I've just got another image from Daisy's shop. And that can easily be, written on. And here we go, another tab. And then I forgot to mention it's 2 signatures. So this is the beginning of the second signature. And again, I've got one of those library divider cards, and I've added a couple of things from Tim Holtz there, a little pen nib, and one of those, I think they're typewriter key charms. And then just a couple of things here from Daisy's shop. And this is, that's a Tim Holtz image, and then this is actually from Denise's store, just like a little Rolodex card that I've just done a little bit of stamping on. And then behind there I have a little piece of ephemera from Daisy's ephemera packs, and this is paper from Denise's store, and I've just added a little coffee dyed rosette there and some lace. And then I've made this into a pocket here, and I just added this tag with a little bit of lace and a little bit of stamping on it. Sorry, I'm not sure why I'm having trouble with this pocket tonight. And this is paper bag. I've just added a little bit of trim to the back and the front. I don't have anything in here, but the front, this is actually vintage ledger paper. And let me show you the book. It's a fabulous book. This I got, again, from Red Cottage. This is this vintage journal. Look at this, isn't this fabulous? I want to do something with this book. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do because this is like 12 inches by, I think, about 6. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, but it's got to be great. But those pages are fabulous inside to use. So that's what this is from. And then some of this trim here is from Angie. You may remember that wonderful rack that I got from Angie. And then this is just a Tim Holtz, one of the small cabinet cards, and I've just put a little bit of the book page from the book in the window here, and added one of Daisy's tags. And then just added this little picture here, a little bit of a couple of sheets of composition book paper that I've added in the center of that signature, and just done a bit of stamping for journaling there. And then this tag, again, I've added a couple of bits of ephemera from Daisy's shop. Great. And then this is the other half of that paper bag, and I don't have anything in that, but I just added a bit of trim and seam binding there with the lace. And again, that's from Daisy's shop. I've done a bit of stamping there. And on this, I've just added this little heart button to that tag. So lots of room for writing in here. And again, another one of the library cards. Then I've added this little tag and trim. And then again, this picture is from Daisy's shop. Rather the photo packs, and then I've just added this tag in to this bag, a little bit of trim. And then on the back I've got one of these library pockets with the library card from Denise's store, and this image from the photo pack, and a tag again from Daisy's store, and then that's the library card that I've just stamped, and I've just added a bit of a doily there and done a bit of stamping. So that is the book, and that is my January design team project for Tsunami Rose Designs. I will link my Etsy store below. I don't have anything listed right now, although I'm working away at that, I will link Denise's store, I will link Red Cottage, and of course I will put all the links to Daisy's shop and so on. So go and check out Daisy's store. I know she's got some wonderful new things that she's listed, and it's definitely worth taking a look because she has lots of things that you can add. These ephemera packs and vintage photo packs are just wonderful to add into any of the journals that you're making. So thanks everybody for taking the time to have a look, and I will be back soon.